This was the most irresponsible I think I've ever been with spending in my entire life. Hey guys, it's Keegan. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to be doing my May reset. I love doing these videos where I make goals, I reflect on the month, I look over my budget, do a bunch of everything to prepare me and set me up for success in the next month. I can't believe it's already May. I say this all the time, but I don't think I've ever meant it so deeply when I say that April went by so fast. I have no idea where it went. Let's just get into it. We're gonna do this video a little bit differently than we typically do. Whenever I make goals for the month, I usually use a spreadsheet and I do like a daily habit tracker. This is how my daily habit tracker looked for April. I didn't fill it out more than a few times. I think that it's important to understand when you're getting fatigued of certain things. I will link this tracker down below for you guys because it's really helpful when I'm feeling motivated and feeling like I really want to do it. I think I only paid like $2 for it. I got it on Etsy. I'll link it down below for you guys. I think that I'm recognizing that maybe I'm a little tired of using it at this point right now. I'll probably go back to it eventually when I'm feeling that motivation again. But instead of having daily goals that I never check off, never do, I thought that I would just have overall monthly goals for this month, and I thought I'd share those with you guys. So usually we reflect back on how I did for my last month's goals, but I really didn't do them at all. And I think that that is a sign to me that I need to meet myself where I'm at instead of try to push myself so much further than where I'm actually going to be. Let's look at my goals that I made for this month. So some of them are kind of obvious goals. My first goal is to pack and move into my new home. If you guys have been watching my videos, you guys know that I recently purchased a condo, and so I will be getting the keys and I will be moving in May. I'm gonna be moving in towards the end of May, so I need to spend the entire month packing up my apartment, which is going to be a lot because you don't realize how much stuff you actually have until you do it. So this is a goal for mine of the month, but it's something I'm going to have to do regardless, but I want to do it in like an efficient way. My next one is that I want to plan my trips for the summer. I don't have any trips planned for the summer. My friends and I have been talking about we should go here, we should do this, we should do this, we should do this, but no one has like made a plan yet. I probably, you know what, I'm gonna initiate this right now. We never picked the dates for the dates we want to go on trips. Send. Okay, so I really want to plan out my trips for the summer, know what I'm getting myself into so I can budget, save, and plan my time accordingly. I like to know things ahead of schedule. Another one that I want to do is lock in with a workout schedule. This has been something that has been a goal of mine like every single month for a while, and I always have something that kind of prevents me from locking in. The next goal that I have is to get new walking shoes, and the reason why I never get locked in my personal opinion, is because I have these horrible shoes that every single time I wear them, they give me blisters. And so I'll start like locking in, like I'll go to the gym like 2 times and then I'll have a huge blister on my foot, and then I'm like, well, I can't go to the gym, this is just gonna make it worse, so I have to wait until it heals. It kind of dawned on me, why don't I just get new shoes that don't give me blisters? Like I've had these shoes for years, they still give me blisters. I think it's just the shoe, it's no longer me, it's no longer I need to break them in, it's just the shoe does not fit my foot well. I want to have a routine. I want to create a routine for myself for working out, and I think my second goal of getting new shoes is going to help me in that, so I don't always have to start then stop because I have to like wait for my foot to heal. So that is something that I will be hopefully doing this month. I want to create like a schedule for myself, whether it's just like Pilates and walking or adding in weightlifting. Like I just want to figure out what I need to do, and I just want to be consistent with it. The last one I have is another, it's kind of like a one-time thing, but I have a ton of returns that I need to do and I need to not put them off. I need to like actually just get them over. So that is literally my goal for the month, is to do returns. These are very simple goals. I feel like I've been kind of burnt out from these goals, so I want to meet myself where I'm at, like I'm saying, and create goals that I feel like are attainable for me. Some of them are a little bit of a stretch, like locking into a workout schedule clearly hasn't been something that I've been doing a lot, so that one's a little bit of a stretch, but the rest of them I feel like I could easily meet myself where I'm at and do them. For me, goals are always about what I can accomplish and maybe like slightly above where I'm already at, and I can just consistently keep moving the marker up rather than like moving the marker from here to here, moving the marker from here to here, then to here, then, you know, that's my thought process of it all, and I think that I was trying too much in the past months, so let's meet myself where I'm at. That's gonna be my saying of the month, meet myself where I'm at. Now it's time to go over my budget. I love sharing my budget with you guys. I've always said this, but I'm really nosy and I love to see what people spend their money on. Is this not closed? It's gonna drive me insane. Much better, much better. Anyways, I love to see what people spend their money on, so I like to share because, you know, if I'm being nosy, I might as well. The thing is, the very end of March, I was laid off from my job, so my income was significantly cut. And I was not spending money this way, acting like my income was significantly cut. So let's show what we got. So this is what my spending looks like. There are a couple of purchases that I'm going to remove so we can kind of get like a real like holistic view of my spending, because I don't think this is an accurate representation. These are all my categories. So you can clearly see that business was the biggest expense. And the reason for that is because for my social media, I'm a 1099 employee. So I had to pay my taxes in April, obviously. So it was a big chunk. I had to pay my taxes, and then I also had to pay my accountant for doing my taxes because there's no way that I'd be able to do it without an accountant. Apartment, which is just like kind of like home, was a bigger expense because I purchased a condo and I had to send earnest money. And then I also had to do a home inspection and then an appraisal. So purchasing a home, there's lots of costs that go into it. So that was kind of the apartments. I'm gonna take away all of this right here. And then we're gonna look at my finances because I don't think it's like fair to include it. Okay, so this is now what my expenses look like because I feel like these type of things are not things that I would typically spend on a monthly basis. And I wanna compare my spending on a monthly basis versus other stuff. Here's where we're at. I spent a lot of money on clothes and that was a lot of my Coachella outfits. I do have a lot of returns to do that I think would make this number a lot less because a lot of the stuff that I bought didn't work out, so I still need to return them. I typically like for my standard expenses to be about 50% of my spending. My standard expenses is like my rent, my utilities, my phone bill, my gas. I like for that to be about half. This was 37%, so I really overspent this month. I had a dip into my savings this month 100%, and this is not something that I'm like necessarily proud of. Other things that I spent money on was I went to Coachella and I went to the Grand Canyon, which that really adds up to like the food takeout of it all, the clothes of it all, travel. That was like my hotel room right there. Fitness, what did I spend for fitness? There was workout classes that were on sale, so I bought them. Maybe not my best idea. Also, I just realized that I forgot to take out my accountant, so that significantly reduced how much I spent in business, and that makes me feel a little bit better about this. Overall, I was not responsible with money this month. I'm very aware of that. So going into the next month, I truthfully need to be more intentional about the things I'm spending money on. Going into May, things that I know that I'll have to pay is a Mother's Day present, one of my friend's birthdays, and then since I'm getting this condo in May, there's going to be purchases for that. I feel very fortunate that I did save up an emergency fund before I got laid off, but I do think that this was the most irresponsible I think I've ever been with spending in my entire life, and I'm very aware of it, and I need to be better. We're gonna work on it in the next month. I always get asked on how I track my expenses, and I've never shared this with you guys. All I've ever shared with you guys is like the little pie charts that I make. So I thought I'd share this with you guys, how I track my expenses, and I'm making this available for you guys. This is completely free. You can find this in the description. I'll show you guys how to make a copy of it for yourself. I'll try to go through this pretty fast in case no one cares, but a lot of people have been asking me how I track my expenses, so I thought I would share with you guys. This is completely customizable. This is just how I do it, but you can change it to be the way that you like. This may not work for everybody, but this is how my brain works. Right here I have income, so if you have different streams of income, you can add it. If you only have one stream of income, you can just delete the rest. And then down here are all the categories that I have. So I made it so you can change it to whatever category, you can change it to whatever color you want. But in this little example section, these are the categories that I like. So what I do is I have all of my cards. So like a debit card, a credit card, a different credit card. I have my Venmo over here. I manually go in and type in every single expense that I made in the month. So let's say I went to the bar and I spent $13.21. I would manually type it in like this. Over here, alcohol is this purple color. So I color code this purple, and then I hit equal sum, and I click on this, and then that adds it to this. And then if let's say I drank more alcohol, I had another expense, I would just hit comma and then that. I hope this is making sense. I know I'm not a great explainer, but this is just what works well for me. And then if I do returns, I just put it in the negative. So this tracks up how much money you make each month, how much you're spending, and then your savings is right here. And then if you go all the way to the right, this is the pie chart that I show you guys of my spending, and then it also shows a saving as well. And this should manually do it for you. Everything should be in. My one request, if you guys want to do this, please do not ask for permission to edit. Right here, this shows how to save. All you have to do is hit file, make a copy, and then it'll save to your own account. That's my only request, but this is completely free. I'll have a link to it in the description, but this is just how I track my expenses. So there's an example here, and then you can do it monthly. I hope this is helpful to you guys. I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I thought why not share it with you guys. Completely free, like I said. If you guys end up using it, please let me know if it helps you at all, and feel free to customize this as much as you want. I think my favorite part of this whole video is always sharing with you guys my favorite products of the month. This month I haven't really discovered too many new products. Some of them are things that I've rediscovered or things that I'm just still obsessed with, and I will link all this stuff down below for you guys. I'm actually pulling it out of my little drawer right now. This one is a repeat from last month, but I am still so obsessed with this that I was like, I have to shout it out again. This is the Patrick Top Blush in Just Enough. It's a powder and then a cream blush. I think this is the perfect. There's like a plane going over my apartment right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I feel like you probably can. I think it's the perfect like baby pink. Every single time I wear this blush, I've said this in my last video, people always compliment me. They're like, wow, you look so like pretty today, you look so cute. Like every time I wear this blush, I get compliments, and I feel like this has just stepped up my makeup to make me feel like so feminine, so girly. I love this. I highly recommend this blush. Great pigmentation, really easy to blend. It's just perfect. And a lot of times I put on a lot and I just blend it out, and then that's great for me. This is something that I've had for a really long time, and I don't know if I've talked about it enough, but it's the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Palette. So they used to have this eyeshadow palette. It was a limited edition thing. Everyone was like, please bring it back. So I think they made it permanent. I'll link it down below. This is really bad time to be talking about it because I'm only wearing this shade in my crease today. That's it. But this one right here is my favorite. Every single time I take a photo, it's just so glittery and sparkly, and I get compliments every time I wear it. It's so so beautiful. I think this is like a perfect, like everyday, but also like you can really emphasize this and make it like extra glam. You could really build it up, build it down. I think this is just a really beautiful eyeshadow palette. I also love this one right here to do like a little eyeshadow, like eyeliner type of moment. I love it. The mirror on this is also really great. When I was traveling, I loved having this mirror because I was like doing my makeup with this giant, really good quality mirror. Next thing is this Day Cactus Fruit 3-in-1 styling cream. When I first got this, I was like, like it's not that great. It's not that special. The more I use it, the more I was like, I like this stuff a lot. It's kind of like a pomade, a hair cream, but it's not as heavy. It smells really, really, really good. I really love Day products. I'm gonna smell it because it just smells so good. Whenever I slick back my hair, I'll use this. When I was at Coachella, I was doing braids, so I kind of like put it through my braids so they would kind of work with me and do what I wanted. It kind of keeps your hair in place and does what you want so your hair's not all over the place. I was talking about how I have these demon shoes. That's honestly what I refer to them as. That kept giving me blisters. And so I discovered these Dr. Scholl's blister cushions, seal and heal bandages. It's essentially like a clear band-aid that has like kind of like a jelly silicone cover to it. And I went to the Grand Canyon this week and I had this huge blister on the back of my foot. TMI, gross. I was really worried about walking around in the Grand Canyon with my foot hurting so much. When I went to the Grand Canyon, my feet did not hurt at all wearing these. And then I took it off. Within 1 second of walking in shoes, I was like, oh my gosh, my feet are in so much pain. So these literally made it so I didn't feel any pain at all, to the point that I was like, oh, I don't even need these. Like my feet clearly don't hurt. Like maybe this blister's not as bad as I thought. No, the second I took these things off, my feet were in so much pain wearing shoes. So I highly, highly, highly recommend these. The one thing is, it says that you can wear them like multiple days. I feel like after a while, they kind of peel off. If you shower, they kind of like come off with water. So I love these things. I repurchased a ton more. I think these are amazing and I think it's worth every penny. They're a little expensive, honestly. I think it's like $7 for, I don't know how many are in here. It doesn't say. These jeans. I have re-fallen in love with these jeans. I own them in the dark wash and the light wash. These are the Levi's Baggy Dad jeans. I have a really short torso. This is something I've talked about before. And a lot of times when I wear high-waisted things, they go up to my rib cage, which is not very flattering. So this is a mid-rise, which is what a normal high-rise would look on a regular person with a regular sized torso. I love their baggy. I love the good quality of them. They're really comfortable. I like that they're like thinner too. I used to wear Abercrombie jeans, but I find that they're just too stiff. Like they're just too thick of a jean. I love that these are just like thin and flowy. I think these are like the best spring jeans ever because they're not really heavy and they're not too hot. Oh, these are the wrong shoes. 1 second, I got the wrong shoes from my closet. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Do you see how similar they look? Like they look almost identical. So I went to Coachella and I was really dumb, and the shoes that I wore, I decided not to break them in before because I got them like a day before I left. These shoes had great reviews on Amazon that they were really comfortable. These are the most comfortable shoes. I feel like I didn't have to break them in. Like they didn't hurt like my toes or anywhere else in my foot. They are so comfortable, so easy to walk in. The second you put them on, you're like, oh, these are comfy. So if you guys are looking for cowboy boots, I think these are like $50. They're like really high, tall cowboy boots. If you're looking for them. I don't know how often I'm going to be wearing cowboy boots. In all honesty, I am thoroughly impressed that these did not hurt my feet. I wore them 2 days out of the 3, walked on them so much, and I didn't feel in pain at all. The only pain that I felt in my feet was just from standing for so long, but I was fully expecting to get like blisters and my foot bleeding and like being in pain and be like mentally complaining the entire time. No, my feet did not hurt 1 second thanks to those shoes. This has been the month of my feet, which is kind of gross to say, but those are my favorites for the month. I will link all of this stuff down below. I love all of them. On a more personal note, let's talk about how this month was to me. I like to go over my highs and my lows and things that I'm looking forward to in the coming month. If you guys have been watching my videos, you guys know that April was the definition of the highs were highs and the lows were lows. It was an emotional roller coaster for me. I felt extreme sadness and extreme happiness in April, and it was something I was not buckled in for. I was not expecting April to go the way that it did at all going into April. April was also the fastest month of my entire life. When I look back on it, I'm like, I don't know what happened in April. Like it went so fast. Let's talk about my highs for the month. I went to Coachella, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. I had the opportunity. YouTube invited me, which is the most crazy, insane, wild thing that I think I've ever like spoken out loud. And I'm so glad that I gave myself the like allowance to go. Like I let myself go, because there was a moment where it's like, I got laid off. Like I shouldn't go. I shouldn't be spending this money. I shouldn't be doing this. But I think that it was a once in a lifetime experience, especially being invited by YouTube. I'm so glad that I like gave myself permission to just enjoy my life while while being laid off because I almost wanted to punish myself for that experience of it all, for getting laid off. And I'm so glad that I had that experience. I went with 2 of my friends and I had the best time ever with them. I'm like obsessed with them. I think they're like the best people ever. And I had such a fun weekend. I think I will always look back on that weekend with just so much love because I also feel like it really got me out of my head. It really got me out of like kind of a dark place that I was in. I left all the things that were kind of weighing down on me at home, completely forgot about them the entire time I was there. It was just such like a free feeling weekend for me. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you guys for like this whole platform. Like the fact that I have these opportunities is just mind-blowing, and like I'm never gonna be able to wrap my head around it. I need to shut up and stop talking about it, but it's such a fun weekend. Definitely gonna be a highlight of the entire year for me. Another thing, I went to a little weekend trip to the Grand Canyon. I actually went last weekend from when I'm filming this. It was just like a little day trip. I've been to the Grand Canyon before. I live in Arizona, if you guys don't know, and last time I went to the Grand Canyon, I think I was in like the 4th grade, and I don't remember it at all. The only thing that I remember is like the photos, but I don't think that if we took photos I'd remember it. So I'm like, do I actually remember it, or am I just like coming up with fake memories because of the photos, you know? You know what I'm saying? It was a freezing cold weekend, but it was so cool seeing it. It's so beautiful. It's insane. Like this is like 4 hours north from where I live. Like that's crazy that there's like one of the 7 wonders of the world. So that was really fun. If you guys have been watching my vlogs, you guys saw that I also been getting job interviews, which made me feel very hopeful. Definitely like the process of like finding a job and getting interviews was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I didn't think that I'd get interviews for like the first couple months, and so, oh, my light just fell. But that was a really big positive for me. I feel like it was a great experience. Another thing is my offer got accepted for my condo in April, and I get the keys in May. So that is so exciting. It's definitely a crazy time that like around the same time that I got laid off, but I'm so excited. I'm gonna be a homeowner. I'm gonna be a condo owner. So let's talk about the lows, because like I was saying, extreme highs, extreme lows. I lost my job like the very last week of March, so I feel like in April I was still processing the fact that I lost my job. My car also got towed from my own apartment complex. I parked in the wrong spot by accident and I got my car towed, so I had to pay for that. Like that was an unexpected expense. I also had to pay my taxes, which was really expensive. The condo that I originally was purchasing, the offer fell through. I think that I had a period of just like bad luck just piling on top of each other, but I feel like once I finally got to like rock bottom, it kind of turned around from there. So I'm really happy about that. The beginning of the month really sucked. The second half of the month was really great. So that's kind of how I'm viewing this month in my head. Yeah, I think at this point, I would say there's more highs than lows, but there was a point in me that was like, is this ever gonna get better? And it did. So let's talk about things that I'm looking forward to for May. First of all, Cinco de Mayo. I love a celebration, love it. It's always just like a really fun holiday, a fun time with your friends. Moving into my condo, like I said, end of May, I'll be moving. I'm so excited, you guys. It does not feel real. It's all I can think about. It's literally like every day I wake up thinking about it. Also, this is like maybe kind of stupid that this has been something I'm looking forward to, but Memorial Day sales. Because I'm gonna be moving into a condo, so like there's gonna be new things that I need to purchase, and like the fact that they're all gonna be on sale for Memorial Day is, love that. I'm really looking forward to that in May. I'd love to know what you guys are looking forward to in May, as well as your highs and lows for April. I hope that you guys like this video. I'd love to hear some of your goals, your highs, your lows, things you're looking forward to, anything I share in this video. I'd love for you to share in the comments. My expense tracker that I was talking about will be linked down below, completely free. Feel free to use it. Just make a copy. Don't ask for my permission. It spams my email. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.